Speakers are not the event. They are the vehicle to deliver a message. And let me say something that might be a little bit unpopular, but the wrong speaker can completely undo an entire event. And it's not because they're bad on stage. They can be phenomenal, but because they pull attention into the wrong direction. We end up not remembering the message, but rather we remember the performance, and that is a real problem. And here's how speaker decisions usually get made. Who's the most impressive? Who's the most famous? Or the biggest one? Who will keep the audience awake? And sometimes these speakers are really, really, really brilliant, but often they become the moment instead of really serving the moment. And when that happens, the events do feel exciting, like there's this ambience to it, but ultimately it's still empty. The applause goes up, but the impact then goes down. So we need to reframe our thinking. A speaker's job is not there to entertain people. It's not even to inspire. The speaker's job is to land your brand's message, to reinforce why the event exists in the very first place. Entertainment without alignment distracts your audience. It creates these emotional spikes that don't connect to meaning. It doesn't mean anything, and the audience leaves saying, wow, that was great, but they can't tell you why it really mattered. Great speaker selection starts with the event's intention, not the speaker's profile. The question isn't, will they be good on stage? The question is, do they move the audience's thinking forward? Before you book a speaker, run them through a filter. Do they reinforce that one moment that the event is built around? Can they interrupt thinking and not just fill in the time? Do they connect emotionally, intellectually, and ultimately human to human? Do they clearly support the why of the event? And they don't compete with it. If the speaker becomes the headline, your event starts to lose the plot. And this requires bravery. Sometimes the best speaker is potentially the less famous, but perhaps they're more relevant, more aligned, more honest. Sometimes it ends up being a conversation rather than being some great keynote. Sometimes it's story instead of performance, a story from an internal person. And sometimes the most powerful choice is one fewer speaker so that people have a moment to breathe. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you book a speaker, I want you to ask this one question. If we remove this speaker, would the event's message become clearer or weaker? And if the answer is clearer, rethink that speaker choice. Because great events don't just chase applause, they design understanding. And speakers don't always serve that message. They end up replacing it with their own. I hope this year we can utilize speakers, and there's so many great speakers out there. We can utilize speakers to land our message in a way that interrupts, connects, and ultimately enhances the meaning of our events so that our audience can go out and change the world, do what our brands want us to do. So let's go out, let's jump boldly into the future of events and team up with people who move us forward.